But I didn't want to make a movie about Rio as a travel log. I wanted to make a movie about the vibe of Rio. I wanted to get the vibe of the city, or to get the spirit of it. And the first challenge was like, okay, I have to mostly have an all-American cast to make this movie. I'm making this movie in American, and I have to, how can I translate that? And the most amazing, like, blessing I had and surprise I had was that when I met each one of these people that are here in the room, and a few more that weren't able to come, it was all I saw on them was like, you know, when I told the story and I talked a little bit about it, was like they were excited about this movie, and that's all I wanted. I just want them to give their unconditional love and their unconditional commitment to this project, and just do their best and really feel good about it. I just didn't want anything else.
From the initial meeting that Carlos and a few others and I had to this moment, it's been roughly about 3 years. And most of that time was spent in a pitch black room standing in front of a microphone, but there was always this promise that at some point we would get to go to Rio. And so, you know, to actually have gone from just kind of being a voice in a dark room, nothing there, to seeing the finished product of the film, to then actually seeing the city that it's based on, which I've never been to, has been just the most, with beautiful people, has just been the most wonderful journey. For me, it wasn't necessarily a story of opposites attracting. It was more a story of how beauty unfolds slowly sometimes, and you need to spend time with someone to really get to know them in order to see them and appreciate them.
Yeah, this was such a wonderful and unique experience. I've never done an animated movie before, so it was so interesting to see you know, what the characters look like prior to performing as the character. And it was wonderful to see the world that Carlos had and the other wonderful animators had created, and it, in a way, it was very inspiring, because it gave you ideas about the character that would be you'd be unable to come up with otherwise, just using your own imagination. Here, you're supported by, you know, a team of 300 you know, incredible artists. My favorite kinds of movies are movies that seem like they have a kind of personal touch. The first director you mentioned, Noah Baumbach, made a movie about kind of an autobiographical story. David Fincher did not create Facebook, but you know, it also felt kind of like a very personal experience for all of us. And this movie, as Carlos mentioned, even though he's not a Spix Macaw, is also very personal for him. The way he would describe where the scenes would take place, and now being in Rio and actually seeing them, always, you know, felt so important to him, and then by extension felt really important to us.
It's been a blast, and then I get a chance to come to Rio, and I've been to Brazil several times on my laptop, like, you know, just hitting like different websites that I can't, probably shouldn't mention, but it has definitely lived up to what I've seen, because last night we had a great time. Tudo bem, tudo bom, obrigado. It's fantastic. All right, man.
Enjoy Rio.